Nobody can overtake you. You're going to win the race. Just stay positive on the Delta, mate.
He's going to win the race. Daniel Ricciardo becomes a new winner in Formula One. The team rush out to applaud him home. Mercedes fail, Red Bull pick up the pieces. It is Daniel Ricciardo that comes home to take the victory. It is Nico Rosberg that takes second place. A stellar drive from Rosberg under all sorts of pressure, but he just couldn't keep it going to the end.
Fancies as well as a slightly heavier braking zone down the hill, and it's where Daniel Ricciardo is at the moment. Daniel Ricciardo, who took the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix with 3 laps remaining on that Sunday afternoon in June, who took the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix with 3 laps remaining on this Sunday afternoon in July, and who now comes to take the checkered flag and win for a second time in Formula One. Daniel Ricciardo wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso slides his way into second place with barely any grip left on his tyres. Lewis Hamilton comes from the pit lane to take third, and a mighty drive from him this afternoon in Budapest. And his teammate Nico Rosberg, who wanted to be let past on a different strategy and never got the opportunity, has to settle for 4th place.
Fernando Alonso, what a Belgian Grand Prix this has been. Mercedes locked out the front row. Daniel Ricciardo, though, is going to take the checkered flag. It's Red Bull's 50th win in Formula One. It's Ricciardo's 3rd win in 6 races. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg extends his championship lead and settles for 2nd place. That'll do him nicely, with his teammate Lewis Hamilton having to retire from the race. Down the back straight now. He's on a pretty imperious streak in that Red Bull at the moment. 4 podiums in the last 5 races. Well, you can make it 5 podiums in the last 6 races. And as he comes around the final corner now, Daniel Ricciardo sees the checkered flag and the win that he's been waiting for over 2 years now. Ricciardo wins the Malaysia Grand Prix. Max Verstappen comes home second to give Red Bull a 1-2 here in Malaysia, and their first since Brazil in 2013. And the championship battle for Nico Rosberg looks ever better and ever brighter.
But for Daniel Ricciardo, Baku will see him back on the top step of the podium. A crazy, chaotic, amazing race, full of incidents. For Daniel Ricciardo, the checkered flag is there. He wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Behind him, Lance Stroll. Has he been overtaken by Valtteri Bottas? Just on the line, Bottas gets second. A podium for Lance Stroll, but Bottas, who was a lap down and plumb last after the opening exchanges, has come back to take 2nd place. Williams get their first podium since Bottas stood on the podium for them in Canada last year. Sebastian Vettel just holds off Lewis Hamilton. So, Daniel Ricciardo out in front. Not been the happiest hunting ground in the past for this young Australian. Red Bull hadn't even led a lap in 2018 before today. Daniel Ricciardo retired from 4 of the last 6 races. He had a turbo failure in practice. He very nearly missed out on qualifying. He has made every single opportunity that's come his way today. Ricciardo wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Behind him, Bottas makes it home to 2nd place, ahead of Kimi Räikkönen, with Max Verstappen finishing in 4th place. It doesn't happen very often, but it's a perfect Monaco Grand Prix weekend for Daniel Ricciardo, with Red Bull celebrating their 250th Grand Prix, as they did in their 100th and their 150th with a race win as well. You can't deny, Martin, he really does deserve it this weekend.
Not quite there yet, but he does. He's dominated, hasn't he? Absolutely. He won't have full house because he hasn't got fastest lap, but he does have. He's led every session, every lap of the race.
He's been brilliant. He's never won from pole before. He's never won from the top 3 before. He had pole here in Monaco. Once upon a time, he had the win taken away from him through no fault of his own. Today in Monte Carlo, it's redemption day for Daniel Ricciardo. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix, and he will celebrate that for a long, long time to come.
Daniel Ricciardo leads Lando Norris. Ricciardo leading for the first time since Abu Dhabi in 2018. On course for his first victory since Monaco in 2018. He left Red Bull, he went to Renault, he's gone to McLaren, he's going to get the victory now. It's McLaren and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix. Lando Norris comes home to make it a 1-2 for the men from Woking. Sergio Perez comes home to take third on the road, but he drops down to fifth because of that 5-second time penalty. Bottas on the podium for an 8th time this season, ahead of Leclerc. Sainz, Stroll, Alonso, Russell and Ocon complete the top 10. Start the celebrations for McLaren. Ricciardo's done it.
And he scored an extra World Championship point for fastest lap.
Yeah! He won! But he did it! Yes! Yeah, boy!